Hello there.
Buenos dias.
Kamp's back.
We are back. Spooky season is over. Officially.
We're officially in, what do they call it, dude? Scorpio season?
We're on that turkey trot now. We're heading our way to the most boring and bland holiday of the year, Thanksgiving.
Really? I like Thanksgiving.
Really? You enjoy opening up a tofurkey?
No, now that I eat meat, the tofurkey is the thing of the past.
Oh,
The rubber turkeys are now in the past.
The tofu turducken?
Yeah.
I remember you got one of those one time.
Dude, have you ever looked at the ingredients of one of those things?
It's so like just eat meat. It's fucking crazy. You might as well eat a tire.
Dude,
you recognize the same amount of ingredients.
I was just gonna say it might be the same ingredients as a tire.
Yeah. Like seriously, like all these things in there, you're just like, what even is that? There's no way you're supposed to eat it.
Yeah. I would convince myself, like the years I was vegetarian, I'd convince myself that that was good.
Yeah.
And the moment you actually have real turkey,
oh, I know,
it's just like, damn, dude, I've been lying to myself.
Your body knows.
Your body knows you were lying, dude.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It's well, I mean, I was vegan as well for like a bit.
Okay, actually,
once you break, I broke my meal. My first like being out of veganism, my first meal eating meat was, I was hammered drunk on a cruise ship and I ate a full rack of ribs.
Mine was a double from In-N-Out.
Damn, recently?
No, like the moment I decided I wasn't going to be vegetarian anymore. I think I was with like you and Andy or something. But I remember I had a double and I was like, damn, this is insane.
Wait, I think you were with us and we got excited. We're like, dude,
you guys were like,
because you're like, I might get a burger, and we're like, you got to go to In-N-Out. If you're going to come back on a burger, you want like a disgusting, like smashed, like small patty burger.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, I have a good turkey story actually. I was probably like 17 or 18 and it was literally either the day before or on Thanksgiving. My mom and I were driving right outside of our neighborhood, and on the main road on Warner, a fucking turkey, a big ass turkey, was laying on the side of the road, and it was like obviously had just got like hit by a car.
Yeah.
So we pull over, and this thing has a dislocated wing, and we're just like, dude, it's literally Thanksgiving, and we're just like on the side of the road with this hurt turkey. And so me and my mom put it in the back of her car, and we took it to the animal hospital. Some woman, I guess the animal hospital reached out to a couple different people that like take in hurt like wild animals.
Yeah.
Some lady picked it up from the animal hospital, raised it back to like, health.
Full turkey health?
Full turkey health.
And then she ate it the next year.
No, and then they reached out to us like a month or two later, being like, yo, thank you guys for saving this turkey's life.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, we saved a turkey's life, and then hours later, ate one.
Yeah.
Not the same one, though.
Yeah, but...
See, if we were real, warriors, we would have just put it out of its misery and eaten that shit in like
2 turkeys. Double turkey dinner.
Yeah.
But it's probably not a butterball.
Yeah.
Did your dad ever would he name the turkeys? My dad would always go, this is Tom. Every year it was Tom.
Yeah, that sounds like a dad joke that my dad would have been taking advantage of. He wouldn't let anyone, and my dad would not let anybody cut the turkey. He'd freak out because you had to do it a certain way.
Turkey sucks. It's gross.
But see,
that's never good.
This is something my dad taught me, which it is just true. The only way to cut meat, you have to cut it thin. So he would tell everyone like, get away, I got this. And he'd take his time and cut it, like shave it as thin as he possibly could. And it would bring him so much enjoyment. I remember him just smiling, licking his fingers, just being a fucking weirdo. So gross.
It's like, put your hands on it. So every family does like different, dishes for Thanksgiving. My dad always did this stuffing with like sausage and apple. It's like a family thing that they did. I mean, and then we would have like a sweet potato pie. But did your family have anything that was like different?
My grandpa would always bring his potato salad to family functions.
Was it fire?
It was so fire. So much mayo.
Yeah. See, like my mother-in-law is Southern, so they have a whole different world of shit, and it's I love you, TJ, but it's the grossest stuff I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And they love it. It's just normal. It's like everything's a casserole. So like for Christmas, when they did one year, it was green bean casserole, and I was just like, what is it? And
dude, I don't really fuck with casserole.
No, dude, it's gross. It's cream of mushroom soup and like mayo and like canned green beans. It's so gross to me. But it's just there's a whole bunch of different like everything's just like, soup. Like recipes that you find on the back of Campbell's soup.
Yeah. Did your family ever drink coffee at the end of the night after like eating Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner?
No.
I have a huge like Catholic Italian family, and that's like a normal thing. So at the end, I always remember when my whole family would be over, all my uncles, aunts, cousins, everyone would, my grandma would make like a huge pot of coffee, or my mom would, and everyone would drink coffee together at the end with the dessert. So that's like a very normal thing, I guess, for like. Would
it be like decaf, or you just
no caffeine,
amped
bro.
Up all night?
Yeah, dude, my grandparents, they drank so much coffee. My grandma probably drank like 5 to 6 cups of coffee a day, and 2 packs of cigarettes.
That's sick.
Yeah.
She must have had some gnarly shits.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grandma.
No, that's like for some reason on the East Coast, I feel like people just go like that. They go hard
it's
like
just cigarettes and coffee.
Coffee and cigarettes all day.
It's like what I survived off.
She used to make me. I remember when I finally turned 18, and I was allowed to purchase cigarettes. She would give me $10 and have me jump over the wall.
Is this the one with the cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd make me hop over the wall to go get her a pack of Virginia Slims, and she liked the very tall ones.
I remember being really uncomfortably high and then looking over, and your grandma's just sitting outside with the cat, and I was like, she's going to know. She's going to know I'm high.
Yeah, that's not just 1 pack of cigs a day. That's 1 pack of tall cigs a day. The is that what they call it? The tall? What do they call those? The bigger cigarettes?
I don't know, like 100s.
100s.
Yeah.
Virginia Slims 100s. That's what she smoked, and she'd have me jump over the wall and grab her those.
Dude, Frank was talking to me the other day, and he's like, because he smokes like at least 2 packs of cigarettes a day. And he's like, I did my numbers, like I redid my calculations, and right now I'm in my lifetime, on a conservative estimate, I've smoked 990,000 cigarettes in my life.
Dude.
And I was like,
that is dedication.
Dude, and then you look at him and he's fucking ripped. He's 65, can outlift like anyone. It's the weirdest like thing.
That's wild.
He's like, if I didn't smoke cigarettes, like they could study me. That he told me that, and I was like, I think because you smoke so many cigarettes, they should study you because you're insane, dude.
Maybe if you reach a certain threshold of like cigarettes smoked, it actually makes you invincible. Do you think?
Well, I mean, dude, he has full blown he has emphysema, but he can work out like way harder than I can, and he
can't do cardio though, right?
I mean, no,
he's just
but
lifting weights.
He can weight lift and do like really short intervals. Like he'll go times where he's not taking like many breaks at all and just like doing like 5 supersets in a row.
For sure, but can he run or like do any type of long form cardio? There's probably not a
just
chance.
Like walking and stuff. But I think it's like the working out, and he also says that since he smokes weed, he read something that said that weed can help prevent cancer. So he's like he's really holding on to that one.
I'm sure he's looking for any type of
yeah. No, he's great. But yeah, it was like they call it pack years. Like how many years you smoked 1 pack would be a pack year. But if you smoked 2 or 3 packs that year a day, that would be an extra 2 or 3 pack years at a time. And he's
a box year.
He's at like 100 pack years.
Yeah, I remember my dad will buy the big
cartons.
The big cartons.
Yeah, I would too, dude. I used to go to the Indian reservation because they were like cheap. And that was when normal pack cigarettes were like $5, and I was like, "This is out of control." And now it's like 20. I remember being on tour when I still smoked, and I ran out of cigarettes, and I had like no money. It was literally my last like $20 to my name, and we were in New York. I go to get a pack of cigarettes, and he's like, "It's $20," and I was like, "Fuck."
One time, my grandpa, I was so young, I was probably like 11 or 12, and we were at I think my dad was throwing like a Super Bowl party or something. And he goes, Andrew, come here. Come here. I want to show you something. And he takes out a $1 bill and he lights it on fire. He goes, you see this? This is what your dad does when he's smoking cigarettes. He's just burning money. Those things aren't good for you. You shouldn't smoke. Because my grandpa never smoked and he never drank.
Loser.
I don't know if he never actually ever drank, but I know.
Dude, he was in the war. That guy definitely.
Dude, I know that's what's crazy. But from what I understand, he never drank. He never smoked. Yeah, I don't know. He lived till he was 96, 95.
That's long enough.
But, you know.
For me. I don't want to be. All these people want to live forever.
Look at Keith Richards. He's almost that age.
I don't want to be that old.
Smoking, drinking.
I think I'm good after like.
Well, you used to tell me that you were going to die by the age of 30.
I know, and I didn't. So I have to change it now.
What is it going to be now?
It's going way later because I'm actually kind of enjoying myself recently. I think I don't want to go past 65, and it's not that old, but I just think nothing really
How old are your
great is gonna
parents?
happen. They're older than 65.
So you want them to be dead?
No, I'm saying for myself. I don't want that for myself. No, I want my parents to live forever.
My mom just turned 61 a couple days ago. Went to birthday lunch with her. Shout out Colleen. Happy birthday,
Shout out
Mom.
Colleen.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. That was nice. You know, I've been spending a lot more time with my family, dude. It's been really nice. I've been seeing her and Ken a lot more, and I get to see my brother all the time. Dude, I was thinking about it recently. Like, I feel like I am lucky to have a brother that's close to my age, and so do you. But your brother doesn't live here.
No.
But it's really nice to see my brother often. I feel like I've gotten to hang out with him a lot over the last couple of years, and having that kind of relationship with a family member is pretty dope. So I have so many friends that have like kind of hectic relationships with their family members, which is normal. A lot of people in their families, just for whatever reason, you know. I've always felt kind of lucky that I got, you know, a dope relationship with Dan. Yeah. He's always at the studio helping us with stuff, and yeah, it's been really cool.
I don't get to see my family much, but
well, they live in different states, so it obviously makes it hard.
But I mean, honestly, like even like when everybody lived here, it's not like I was like seeing them all the time.
Well, that's what's crazy is I realized that like after you know, all this time has passed with everything that happened with losing Andy and stuff. Obviously, we've been able to reflect on like what's important to us, and that's why I've been trying to spend more time with my family, because it's like they all live here. I got to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So, that's been fun.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, it's been nice.
I feel like I can't like wake up today because we got a bunch of edibles for playing that show that we did with Mouse, and I'm like, you know, I'm afraid of like weed. Like I hate it.
Well,
it's
so am I kind of over the past couple of years. I stopped smoking a few years ago.
Once I was smoking like high school, and then I stopped for like 2 years, and then it was like weed was completely different after that. And I never could do it again. I was just paralyzed every time I do it. I'd be freaking out. I feel disgusting. And so I like go 3 years and then be like, I think maybe I can try it again. And I'd try it again and freak out and have the worst night ever. And then I would go another couple of years. But anyways, we get a bunch of these edibles.
Baked Bros. Shout out Baked Bros.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I've never really eaten an edible. Maybe like everybody talks about how good it is for sleep. I'm gonna give this a roll, you know? And so I take the 10 milligram and I just like eat half. So only 5 milligrams. Close my eyes. I was all nervous, which is so funny because there's like nothing in it. But close my eyes, have the best sleep of my life. And I just wake up like 8 hours later.
I can feel 5 milligrams.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been taking them with you too a couple times. Last week I took them, and 5 milligrams if I stay up after the out, you know, if I'm still awake. So
that's the thing is I close my eyes right away. I got to like avoid it because I don't want to feel it because I don't like the way it feels. But I did, it like teleported me. I just like the next day I just woke up and I was like, whoa. And I usually feel refreshed, but it kind of like.
Do you not sleep good? Is it hard for you to sleep?
I have a hard time falling asleep, but once I'm asleep, I'm asleep.
I sleep like a rock, dude.
Yeah.
I've never had problems with sleep.
But so the other night, I did this for like 4 days, and I got a little cocky, and I was like, I think I have like a tolerance like to this 5 milligram things. I was like, I don't know, I don't really feel much. I think I slept okay, but I kept like waking up, and so I go and see this band called The Garden, and I have a few drinks, come back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna take a full one. And so I took a 10.
You were feeling like stoner. You're on this wave of like, dude, I'm gonna just start smoking blunts.
I'm gonna start smoking blunts. I'm just gonna be a weed guy.
You know what? I'm gonna buy a bong. I'm gonna buy a dab rig.
All those years of not smoking weed, like I think it's my time. I should start smoking weed at 33.
So you take the dive. You take a 10.
Yeah, I dip my toes in that haunted house, as we like to call it in our group checks, and I take the 10, and I know I'm like, all right, closing my eyes. I'm getting ready for sleep. I know I've got about an hour, like 45 minutes or so, before it starts kicking in. I want to be eyes closed in bed when that happens. And so like 30 minutes go by, my dog like needs to go outside. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of pushing it here. I let my dog out. Come back inside, start feeling like a little weird, but it's like fine, I'm good. Kind of try to close my eyes again, but I can't fall asleep yet because I like start to like feel a little different, you know? And I'm like, fuck, it's happening. I knew I was going to fuck up. My other dog starts crying to go outside, and I'm like, all right, now I'm like really pushing it. I got to get this dog outside in 5 minutes. I have to go back in the room. So I let my dog out, my other one, come back. I lay down. Within 2 minutes, I am glued to my bed, like my face is melting to my pillow, and I'm just like, I can't move, and I'm in my head being like, yep, remember, this is why you don't do this is why you don't like it. And I feel like I'm like a little worm inside of my body, like I'm just like shriveled up. It's so dry, and I'm just like, dude, I have all the space in this like body, and I just hated it so much. And so I'm laying down, and my water bottle is like right here, and I'm so dry, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm trying to will my body to move to it. I can't. I eventually pass out finally, and I didn't fall asleep till like 3, and so I'm feeling it for like full strength for hours, and I'm fucking miserable.
Were you having like introspective thoughts or freaking out about things?
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you know this. You know you don't like this at all. You know you hate this feeling. Why would you do this and try to pretend like it was just going to be fine? And as I knew, if I started feeling high, I would just be up all night because I would like think about it, and then it would get me going. My heart started racing a little bit. Yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. And so I pass out for a little bit, and I wake up an hour later. So this is like the peak of the edibles, and I have to pee really bad. But I'm so fucking dizzy, I can't stand up all the way. So everything's spinning in my room, and I'm just like,
you really got that messed up from 10?
Dude, well, I mean, I'd had like a few beers beforehand too, but it wasn't like enough beers that I would ever feel normally. But I think it was like the mixture of the two, and I think sometimes I'm just like disoriented when I wake up as it is.
Well, no, alcohol and weed is the dizziness combo.
Yeah, because I didn't feel drunk at all, and but I must have been if I was like, I'm going to take a full one right now. But I crab walk to my bathroom, and I have to sit down to pee because I'm going to fall. Like I'm a fall risk at this point, and I have to crab walk back to my bed. It just turned
you into like a crippled old woman.
Dude, I woke up at 9:30 the next day. I usually wake up at 5.
That's so funny.
It was just bad. But so I went back to the 5 milligrams. I'm like, okay, decent good sleep. But they kind of make me feel just groggy.
Didn't Tanner say his brother can take like 100?
Yeah, they're like, I know people that do that all the time,
dude.
and you're just, it's got to be so bad for your brain to be like that.
It takes you into another place, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you're always like that though, like, that's weird.
Well, some people's tolerance is like so gnarly. Like if you're smoking weed every day, you're not really getting high anymore.
Yeah.
You're just like, you have this weird new chemical baseline of THC that you're used to getting that you begin to need to feel normal.
And we get firsthand looks at what that's like with our crowds at these reggae festivals.
Yeah.
No, I would always get the free weed because I have the long hair at the shows, and I just wasted it for the last like 10 years. Maybe it's my time to man up.
If I take half of one of those, it helps you sleep pretty nice.
Do you stay up on them and like hang out?
Yeah. Last week I took half of one, and it was like 7 p.m. So yeah, it's a little like I started watching like some like thriller horror thing that I think you and Alex sent. And
Wasn't
then,
the
like,
house that Jack built, was it?
I don't remember. It may have been that movie. And
So you watch like a Lars von Trier movie while you're on
it's like
edibles?
I started feeling it, and then I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. I need to put on something happy, or I think I just ended up going to bed. But it's funny, dude. So actually, besides that, I guess I haven't been sober for 6 months, but it's been 6 months since I've had alcohol, and if it wasn't for those couple edibles I took, it would be 6 months completely sober. But yeah, I could imagine having a 10 with a couple beers would not make you feel good in the middle of the night.
Dude, I was on a rocky boat when I woke up.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was really scary. I'm not a fan of weed, and I don't want to really ever feel it again. But
yeah, for sure.
Do you think I can maybe trick myself into liking it? It'd be nice to like not, because beer is so gross. Like you feel awful every time you drink beer, even if you don't have a lot. It's just like the carbonation. It's fucking.
Have you ever used the CBD solves on like sore parts of your body, like for muscle soreness?
No, is that shit real?
What?
I think that stuff's kind of bullshit.
No, it's real. CBD is very real. There's
really?
There's studies.
It absorbs into your skin.
There's studies on it. Yeah. There's tons of health benefits to CBD. CBD isn't like some hippie shit. It's real.
I thought it was just kind of like, hey, give this to your dog and it'll be happier.
No.
There's no. It's
there's
real.
Definitely like a lot of athletes are using it now. And
but
stuff.
I thought they has to have THC in it to like activate or something.
I don't think that's true, because most CBD products now don't have THC in them.
Yeah,
like
no, that's why I thought a lot of it's like bullshit.
And the drops, like the oil drops or whatever. There's this company actually called Royal Empire Farms. They're from upstate New York, and they have sent us a couple care packages. I have some at the studio that I left there.
Maybe I'll try it out.
They have it's all organic CBD, tinctures and stuff. But they make like the human ones, but then they also have ones for dogs that it's like a bacon flavor. Yeah, Murphy's had that a few times. He like really fucks with that.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard to tell what's bullshit and what's not bullshit. I just kind of go in and think everything's bullshit until I find out if it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's kind of crazy. A lot of different ways to live life out there, man.
There are, yeah.
There is something I've noticed. So I for sure have never, since we were 18, I've never taken more than a couple months off from drinking alcohol. And this is the longest stretch I've ever done, being like 6 months. And I've noticed that when I'm in a social situation now, because I haven't like turned down like if friends ask me to hang out, like I'm going.
Yeah.
I've still been doing stuff and going to whatever. If people are drinking, I'm still hanging out all night. Like after our show, I was literally the last one at the venue, and I'm noticing that it's kind of helping me almost become even more almost like socially confident in myself, because I feel like I'm starting to notice like the first couple of times I went out not drinking and everyone else is drinking, you sometimes do kind of feel weird because you're like, really you want to hold a drink, or you're like, oh, like everyone's starting to be on this wave and I'm not. And then I started realizing like, I don't need that to just like have fun and like talk with everyone and like get in there. You know what I mean?
When I do that, I just pound fake beers. I'll have like 10 of them, and it's just like, I'll be like, oh, why does my stomach hurt so bad? It's like I just chugged like 10 like club sodas.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But I noticed it's kind of cool. I thought about that. I was like, oh man, when I was younger, I remember feeling very like, when we'd be around a lot of people, I'd want to like slam a couple drinks really fast.
Yeah, and
just to get that like coating of feeling relaxed and comfortable and like I can talk to everybody,
Yeah, it's definitely awkward. Especially like because just all my life, every social situation has been drinking. Everywhere I've gone, every trip.
And how crazy is that? Like,
and so when you take that away, and then you're just like, oh, dude, I've never done this before. I've never just like hung out with my friends sober.
Yeah,
like, I have, but it's like it's just different. Now, the older I get, the less I drink. Obviously, I have not like but like when I was young, and I was just like always drinking way too much.
Yeah. I was telling, I kicked it with Calvin yesterday. My buddy Calvin, he does music for trailers. He just landed a new trailer for Flowers of the Summer Moon. Is that what the movie's called?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon. I keep forgetting the name of that movie, which is so epic. That's so cool that he got that.
That I just read that book, and it is so insane. I really want to see the movie, but it's 3.5 hours long.
I know.
That's so long.
I was considering going to it the other day because I really want to see it.
I have no problem watching a 3.5 hour long movie at home, but to go somewhere else and I'm going to go to the bathroom like 5 times or like order food or something that's like, you're going to miss half the movie just walking out. And then if there's, one person that's annoying in the theater, the whole movie's ruined. And there's no way there's not going to be one annoying person in the theater.
Yeah.
I don't like going to the movie theaters.
But anyways, so we were, I was in the studio with Calvin all day yesterday. I played some drums on some of his new stuff.
Nice.
His new shit is wild. He has this, I don't know, just some new shit that he's working on that he just wants to make that he thinks is really cool. He might end up pitching it for something. I'm not quite sure, but it was kind of cool because, so Calvin is one of my best friends that was in the band that I was in before Katastro started. So the reason me and Calvin stopped making music together was kind of because Katastro started doing stuff and taking off.
He was in Katastro Beat too.
He was actually the one that made the name Katastro. So he came up with our band name. But me and him used to play in this like duo thrash punk, like math rock band together. And after high school, he moved out to New York, and then he moved to LA, and he started working on, trailers for big shit, like super cool.
He's always landing like what? Like when I see him post on Instagram, it's like the biggest Nike ad or like it's just something where you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
it's sick, dude. I'm
so
like
proud of him, man. The Billie Eilish documentary.
Yeah, but he had me playing drums yesterday, like old Sub Vacuum and Nothing shit. It was like,
really?
Yeah, because there's this part in his song where he needed like really fast drums, and by the end of the day, I was like, damn, bro, I used to play so fast that I was still nailing it, but it took me a while. It was like Katastro doesn't play music like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Dude, same thing. I was like trying to go back and relearn some like really difficult jazz tracks that I used to know, and like I used to be able to just play them at any given moment.
Yeah, we suck.
And it took me probably a full day to get back to it, and I was like,
yeah.
And I'm talking like hours of just only doing that, like a full like 6 hours of me just on repeat with the same song trying to fix it.
Yeah. But yeah, when we were hanging yesterday, I don't know why we started talking about this, but I was starting to talk to him about what I've realized about like when I was a kid, my relationship with alcohol and like smoking weed was all super, super grounded in this like way of me to escape from what was going on with my family situation that I don't think I ever had. I think some people might have a different relationship with substances when they're growing up, as if it's not like just a pure escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it was like very much so. Like that was always my relation through my whole 20s. It was like, I want to drink to not think about some shit, or I want to drink to just feel like normal, or, smoke to just like forget about what's going on. And I think, I don't know, like changing that kind of relationship as you get older, I think is like probably important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot. I've
been doing a lot more check-ins, and like I think it was not this last month, but the month before that, where I did is sober, but I do it different now, where I'm not like I'm doing a month sober from this date to this date, and then that's that. It's kind of, I look at the month and I go, okay, on this day is a Halloween party I go to every year. I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm not going to like feel guilty about it, but then the next day I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And so like, and it's just kind of changing the relationship of, cause then I realized like how much, I go to lunch and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get a drink. And then it's like, oh, I'll have another one. And like, you just don't even realize it, cause it's become normal. If I'm like out at lunch with even just like Ma or something, I'm just like, oh, I've just had 3 drinks. And then once I hit that 3 drink thing, it's like, oh, what are we gonna do when we get home? Like,
Yeah.
should I make another drink? You know,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of pointless, and it's extra calories and it's extra everything that you don't really need. And so I just trying to like change my relationship with it, where I'll do it when I want to and like make it like more purposeful. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to drink at this concert and I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to like just sit in my bed and have a beer for no reason, you know?
Also too, I think like, I mean, you probably remember this, but like right after my dad passed away, I think I definitely went through a period where I was like almost like demonizing alcohol versus what people are like, what the real demon is like what you're escaping if you're using alcohol to escape. It's not the alcohol itself. Like the alcohol is not really the problem.
Yeah.
It really isn't. And that's kind of like,
I mean, yeah, it's bad for you and stuff, but it's like if you're
terrible for you. Absolutely bad
if you're
for you.
letting people, or I don't know, if you're a piece of shit when you drink, it's not alcohol's fault. It's you're still a piece of shit.
And
because it's like,
and dude, that's the thing.
It does change, but
I think a lot of people use that as an escape. Like, oh, well, dude, I was drunk. It's like, well, you still fucking did it.
Yeah, just take
you
responsibility.
You still were an asshole, or you still didn't get what you were supposed to get done. And not only that, I realized, like, at least over the past 6 months, I've realized the social events that we've been in, like whether I'm DJing a show or Katastro's playing a big show, like I honestly feel, and everyone's totally different, dude. Like I know a lot of people like maybe will enjoy an experience more if they are drinking. I've never really enjoyed drinking. I fucking hate the way I feel after. Yeah. I've always felt like I'm trying to keep up with everyone and like,
well,
cool,
you're never like a huge drinker.
I wasn't ever a huge drinker. Like I could never drink as much as you guys when we were on tour. I just couldn't really handle it. And, but I'm realizing, and this is just me personally, that I think I'm getting more fulfillment out of the experiences and I'm able to remember everything more vividly when I'm, not drinking. And, I don't know. And,
well, that's
and like I said,
thing. It's kind of like
so different. But
learning your level of like, because like I enjoy drinking. Obviously, I do it all the time, and we kind of have talked about it. But it's like learning how to like. When I was young, I would like get blacked out. Like I would go out and I would black out, and I'd be drunk and just kind of whatever happens, and I'll wake up where I wake up and the go with the flow kind of thing. And now it's like, I'm drink still. But I don't ever get to a point where I'm like I can't remember. It's been since I was young where I was like regretted something I said or did while I was on it, like drinking. And I don't
That's such a bad feeling.
It's the worst.
And you don't like know what you did, and then you just feel so shameful.
Everybody's
and guilty
mad at you, and you're just like,
yeah,
what did I do? And so it's like I don't do that. I don't like. I know what I've said. I'm like, worst case scenario. Maybe I was like more annoying, and I thought I was saying something funny.
You've always been a happy drunk. You just you just get really goofy.
Yeah, I don't ever get mean, unless somebody's being like a actual asshole. And if I'm drinking, like that's kind of where it's hard with relationships.
You're not like an angry guy though. Like
no,
I don't think you
all.
have this. Or if you are, it's suppressed very low.
I'm only angry at myself at all times.
But I don't think you have like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have like anger, and like I don't like really hate anybody. It's more just like, I don't know. I think it's all internalized.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of forgot where I was going with it, but
yeah, going back to like the social situations, what I've been noticing about myself is that, in the situations where I kind of feel like, oh, well, everyone's drinking, like, should I just go home early? And I'm like, dude, I try to tell myself like, dude, you should be able to like kick it and hang out with people and have a really good time and not need anything else.
Yeah.
Like that, if you can't do that, like there's something going on. So I think it's forced me to kind of like just be better at like creating conversations with people and like maybe learning more about the people around me. And like, I don't know. I think for some people that's it really alcohol. The best thing about alcohol is that it makes that so easy immediately.
Yeah.
Like when you don't know people, but at the same time, I wouldn't consider myself someone that has like social anxiety or is weird around people. Like I can always kind of get along with anyone around me and like start conversations with anyone. I don't give a fuck who it is, like an Uber driver or whatever. Like I've talked too much probably. But,
I mean, dude, I'm the same way. I make friends with like anyone.
Yeah.
For no reason at all. But There is
my
that whole layer
hangovers
of-
are also so bad compared to even a couple years ago. Like being
It
hungover,
gets significantly worse
yeah,
every
being-
year.
Like being hungover for, and that's the thing. I didn't commit. I wasn't like, oh, I'm doing 6 months sober. Like I just haven't drank in 6 months, and now I'm thinking like, damn, I should just like keep this going for a while and see like how I feel. I definitely feel like I just been taking care of myself and working out 5 days a week. You know, like trying to eat really clean.
Yeah, but before that, you would drink maybe like once a month. You know, right?
A couple times a month, probably. Yeah. But still, dude, those affect me, bro. It is very different. Like,
so
even if you're having, 7, 8, 10 drinks a month, like you feel different when you're not drinking alcohol. You feel so much better. At least I know. I don't know. Maybe you don't, or maybe other people don't. But I think I'm sensitive enough to alcohol where I just know I'm happier. I feel better about my life, and I feel better about myself when I'm like cleaned out. And
yeah, if I'm drinking because if I have like 4 or 5 beers, I'm not going to feel anything different the next day. But like,
I don't think that's true.
There's
no way that's true.
I don't. I mean, I'm sure I feel a little bit. I'm like tired, but I get up and I can still get up and work out. I'm not like I'm so sick. I need to lay here. I need like a Gatorade or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can still get on with my day, and then I feel normal and forget about it. But I think it was my birthday this last year. We all went out, and
where did we go?
Where did we go?
I'm
We were in
trying to
downtown
think.
Phoenix. We started at the Churchill, and then we went to I can't remember where we went.
Oh, dude, I got drunk that night. And I think that, oh my God, I hated the way I felt the next morning.
Dude, I woke up.
We
I threw up that night, and it had been like 7
uh,
years since I gotten sick, and I was like in my hotel.
Didn't we end up at a gay bar somewhere in downtown Phoenix?
Yeah, we went to Sazerac. The first time I went to, Sazerac opened up, and I was like, oh, this is like a new bar. I'll check it out. I had no idea it was a gay bar. And I lost my wallet there. I was like, this bar is really cool. I had a great time all night. I had no idea. And I go the next day. I was like, hey, I left my wallet. And I'm just noticing all the little details I was too drunk to notice the night before. And it's the wallpaper, men kissing each other. And I'm like, oh, it's a little different. Walk in the bathroom, and it's all just... oh my God, it's all just naked guys, and you're just like, oh, weird.
That's so funny.
It's a different kind of place.
Yeah, dude, imagine. Yeah, it's crazy how big of a part of a society is too. Just think about our shows. Think about how many venues would not exist most likely without alcohol. It's all alcohol sales.
Dude, this one artist I know, I really like him, and he's, for his religion, he doesn't drink, and he did a whole tour where he had them remove the bar, and it just nobody went.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And, I mean, it's I get it because it's a religious thing. It's
insane though. It's how crazy is it that a drug like that is just sold everywhere, and it's the most gnarly one.
Yeah. I mean, that's been since the beginning of time. Alcohol has been wine and everything.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty dope.
They tried to shut it down with the prohibition, dude.
I know they couldn't though. They couldn't.
Didn't the prohibition make alcohol even a bigger thing?
The prohibition birthed NASCAR driving. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. So in prohibition, I think it was out in Virginia and stuff, for the bootleggers, they'd always have to outrun the cops, and so they'd be on these dirt roads and stuff. So they were taking those first models of cars, because this was 1920, I think, right? Jill would know. 1920?
Well, yeah, prohibition was in the 20s. I don't know the exact date.
Okay. It was 420, 1920. And they had to start souping up their cars and figuring out how to make these cars go faster, so they could evade the police, because the police were out. They were all in these shithole first generation cars, whatever was the biggest thing. And so they would work on this and do in the middle of the woods engineering on these vehicles to make them faster, and they could run on dirt roads longer and faster and evade the police. And then eventually they would start racing each other.
I had no idea that's how NASCAR
so
started.
they would race each other, because they'd be like, oh, we have the best bootlegger car, you guys have the best bootlegger car. And eventually turned into a full thing where those racing cars. It was the birth of, Fording, a lot of ingenuity and vehicle manufacturing was like because of bootleggers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They just go into like some like basement of a bar and drink and give each other syphilis and go
Dude,
insane.
not only that, but like it's interesting the history that like substance use has with art and like all of the great artists that I think were like, you know, like Hendrix and Kurt Cobain and like.
Well, even before that, it's like opium with Edgar Allan Poe, and you know Shakespeare, I think, was opiates.
It's almost like
and
I've also been thinking a lot about how interesting it is that human beings are constantly trying to change their state of consciousness, because at the end of the day, like, I think that's why. I mean, why do you think most people love alcohol and love, you know, smoking or love doing drugs?
I mean, it feels good.
It feels
fun.
good, and it's it's almost like taking your consciousness to a different place, so you feel different, right?
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, depending on.
I'm not
where
saying
you go.
I'm not saying it is always.
I think it's like, you know, why wouldn't you? If you're like, hey,
but what
you do this
I
for a little bit, and then you feel it for a little bit, and then you go back to normal.
My question isn't so much like why. Obviously, that's why people are doing it, because it's like really fun and it feels good. But like, what do you think human beings are like searching for that they don't have in the present state when you don't have those substances?
Well, isn't there like the whole like stoned ape theory and a bunch of different stuff where they kind of think that maybe, you know, psychedelics and stuff like that have helped push forward evolution and expanded our brains and the way we think and what we're capable of doing as like a species. And so I think there's probably always going to be, you know, back in the day, it was probably eating what they found on the ground and being like, whoa, what's that? You know, and then there's like ritualistic, like shaman stuff with Native Americans before, you know, we came and took over everything and stole everything. It was like this, there's all in every culture, there's these like things where it's all a spiritual like thing. And I'm sure that's how you expand.
So saying the whole spiritual thing, it's like the idea that maybe like people are constantly looking for something almost higher than the current state that they're at. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
by taking something or I don't know, it's just that's interesting to me.
Imagine the cavemen just like tripping on mushrooms looking out, and there's like,
bro, and they don't know what they're eating.
They don't know what happened. They just like ate something and they're just like
they're seeing God
looking out and everything's moving. It's pretty wild. That's really funny,
dude. There's so many so many first time situations I wish you could just go watch on YouTube.
I know.
Why can't you just go on YouTube and watch first guy that ever ate shrooms?
He was probably losing it,
just laying on a rock freaking out.
It's like, oh,
he's paralyzed to the rock like you in your bed after it.
I was staring at my water bottle like giving
but
it
you
the eye.
But you only ate a 10-gram edible and he ate literally a bush of mushrooms.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we're always looking for the next thing.
Yeah, we are.
We never stop. We're always looking.
Well, I mean, what would happen if we stopped?
Well, if you stop,
be bad.
Well, if you stop, it's I mean, we're always looking to grow and like change.
Right, and I mean everything that is,
but I think
progress us as people is been through different innovations, which is essentially just looking at things differently and finding solutions to other ways. And what's going to help you come up with a new solution or look at something completely different that you're really close to getting at, but you need to look at it from a completely different perspective. Like you literally can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like psychedelics because the same thing with the weed. It's like, for me, it makes me really uncomfortable. Don't like the way it feels. And my brain is a pretty scary place to just kind of like let it go and think whatever it wants to think.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't like mess with them. But I think there probably is value for a lot of people to try them out if they do it in the right way. I don't understand now. It's like everybody's just always on mushrooms everywhere. And every time I did mushrooms, it was
but here's, dude, the thing is though,
leave.
I know a lot of people that use mushrooms in a non-responsible, like more party manner than what they're, what over the years they've been known to be used in like a very serious, like spiritual sense. Do you know what I mean? There's two kind of different ways to use those. I think, especially when we were younger, like when we were taking stuff like that. It was like so not, you know, I don't think that those things are meant to be used like that.
Yeah, but I mean, who are you to say that?
I'm
It's
not.
like,
No, you're right. No, you're totally right by saying that. But I think,
you know, people.
I mean, even the stuff
that.
they're doing right now with psilocybin research and the studies that like different universities are doing on like soldiers with PTSD using that to like, dude, they're used for very serious things.
For sure.
Cancer patients dying.
But I think
and,
it's like if
removing their fear of death.
Maybe just, you know, if you're camping and you take some and you just are laughing with your buddies, that's just as
that could be a very serious thing.
Or like,
I mean, that could be an incredibly important thing. That could be like a super bonding thing with you and your friends.
Right.
I'm not saying that stuff's wrong. I'm just saying, I think, you know, based on anyone's situation, it's like you could be using something for helpful shit or.
Dude, I remember one time I took him
know?
and I went in my friend's bathroom and I thought his bathroom was mad at me. Like I just felt like this bathroom fucking hates me. And I was like looking at the walls and they were like, it's like they had like weird spots on them that were like turning into a bunch of faces but they were like mean faces. I was like, this bathroom does not want me in here and it hates me. And I started looking at myself and I was just like, he had this giant beanbag that was like dark brown and he had this dog that was this big pit bull that was the same color as the beanbag. I remember walking out of the bathroom. I took way too much and all of them had already taken them like 5 hours before me. So they were all like coming back to normal and I'm just like, he had like a little leak. I was convinced I was covered like to my waist in water because I kept hearing splashes and I started, I was shivering and it's like normal. Everybody's like normal. I'm sitting there shivering. I sit down on the beanbag and the dog's on the beanbag. I didn't realize it. I look over and I thought that I was just sitting on the dog and the dog was this giant thing. And I was like, start freaking the fuck out. And they started watching like Tim and Eric or some like disgusting comedy show where it's like just the grossest, like shocking stuff happening all the time. And I was so scared. I was just miserable that day.
Oh my God.
That was one of the last times. I did it again too. And I was like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm like going to, you know, I think I'm actually going to have fun this time. And I took it and I was listening to Tame Impala off my cell phone or off my friend's cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone at the time. One of my times where I'd broken it probably like the week before. And I was like waiting for it to kick in. And then I hear the sound coming from my pocket. Like I see the phone, but I hear it coming from my pocket. And it was the weirdest thing. It was like directionally, it was perfectly coming out of my pocket. And I was like, this is my friend Kevin, who was like my best friend. And I was like, Kevin's going to think I'm trying to steal his phone.
I remember
because his phone's in my pocket right now, but it was an accident. And it was just, it's always weird brain shit. We got up on this roof and we like laid up there and I'd start freaking out and I'd go climb down his ladder, which is really scary when you're on mushrooms because you're like, this is the longest ladder. But yeah, though on one time I did have a good experience. The only good experience I've ever had was right after Andy died. It was like 2 weeks later. It had been like a month later, a month and a half. And it was the first time I'd ever like left my house to be with around like any friends or anything. And we were drinking and I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about taking like giving it another shot and just taking like a small amount. Like I don't want to like lose my mind. I want just like a little bit. And they said that they had some there and I was like, fuck, now I have to take it. I was kind of like thinking in the future, not like right this second. And so I took one and I was like, this could either be the absolute worst thing I could ever do right now because where my head was at, I was in fucking mess, or it could be the best. And
you probably needed it.
40 minutes later, I'm like giggling and laughing and making jokes. And I just realized like this is the first time I've like smiled in like 2 months.
Wow.
It's like the first time I was like
remember
happy.
You texted all of us that night telling us how much you loved us.
Yeah. And I was like, just
Ryan,
so...
Ryan? Immediately I was like, Ryan's on something. He doesn't
I
say
texted
that.
you guys. I was like, I just took mushrooms for the first time in like 5 years. I love you guys. I hope.
Yeah. That was cool. I remember you texting me that, making me smile. And I was like, yeah, dude. Because you get this feeling when you're on mushrooms around your friends, or you just get this like fucking feeling of truth inside of you that like we're all connected, and that like it sounds so cheesy, but dude, like love, it's the only thing that matters.
Everything is so
Everything else
amplified,
doesn't matter.
you know. Everything.
I don't know if you do you feel that night. It's like, oh,
yeah,
cool, my friends, my family. Love,
well, it's just like
that's
I'm
all that
so
matters.
happy, and like even though I felt the worst I could ever feel. Everything in my life is fucking chaos. It's all ruined in my mind. It's over. You know, everything is falling apart, and I need to start over. And I'm 32, and everything's going bad. And I take mushrooms, which is normally I would be like, this is going to cause chaos, like it had every time before. But it was just kind of this weightless. I was happy. I only took like a little bit. I think I had those chocolates, so it was like 2 of the chocolates. And so it was enough to make things kind of move a little bit, and I was like kind of like giggly, but it wasn't full, you're trapped in your own head kind of thing. And it was just like, it was a really good experience for me because like I said, it was like the first time I had laughed in 2 months, and the first time I just felt kind of like I could be myself, and I was like making jokes again. And I thought that maybe I didn't have that anymore because I was in such a weird different place. I like, you know, you just feel like that part's gone. Like it's like kind of unattainable in your mind to be like, I'm not going to ever feel like that again. And so to just kind of have a little glimpse of that. And it was kind of like after that.
It was almost like this like light at the end of the tunnel feeling.
Yeah. And you're like, you can still feel like this. Like you can still be happy. And it's like even at first when Andy passed away and stuff, like I would feel guilty if I was doing something then I was like happy. Or like, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I totally know what you're saying.
It was a weird thing.
It's really weird too, and like even with situations like right after it happened, even like using the internet or like posting something,
right,
I would
that was the
feel
biggest thing.
I would feel guilty or weird because I would just think like I don't want anyone to think that I would be like using this situation for fucking likes. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that now.
I felt guilty, like, posting me having a good time after, like, or, like, not even having a good time, but it's, like, all my friends.
You almost feel like you don't deserve to have a good time because we almost had, I feel like me, you, and Tanner maybe to some degree felt this feeling of, like, almost like survivor's guilt.
Yeah. It's just,
even though, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we're all on some plane together or something, but don't you think there was some element of feeling that way? Like I almost felt like why, you know?
Yeah, it was a weird thing, but yeah, I remember feeling like actual guilt because I remember all my friends got together because they knew I was like a mess, and they're like, hey, come hang out, we'll have barbecue, whatever, we'll have some drinks, let's just hang out. And I like didn't want to do it. I was anxiety through the roof, could barely like leave my house. And I go there, and then like we just ended up having like a good night, and it was fun. We went to this like little shithole bar in Chandler and did like karaoke. And I remember like taking a video of it, and I'm just like, who's gonna post it? I was like, oh no, I can't be doing something for myself right now, you know. It's like, it was weird. Do you know, in reality, it was all in my head, you know.
Totally. And what's interesting is like that kind of shows you like how important perspective is, you know what I mean? Like even right now, dude, like the way I feel and like who I am in this moment is so different than how I even felt like 5 months ago or 6 months ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I think over the last year, dude, I just went through so much, dude. I was sorting out so much stuff, and like there's so many days where you just don't feel like yourself, and you know it can come back, and like you know you're working through stuff, but it's like you want to hit that fast forward button and be like, yo, can we just fast forward to the part where like I have a little bit more of this shit figured out.
Yeah, and you can't.
And you can't. So you
kind
of just got to be like, all right, well, some days you're going to fucking be different. You know what I mean? Some days you're not going to be able to like show up 100% like you normally would. You know what I mean? But I think, I don't know. Fuck, there was something else I was just going to say, and I can't remember. What were we just talking about?
Just like feeling guilty about.
Yeah, just feeling guilty about the whole situation.
Well, no, feeling guilty about, you know, being happy and being good. But that's where I was with like the mushrooms and stuff like that. It's like, where it's like, I don't really enjoy it, but I probably will do it again, but I'll take a small amount.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. It's interesting how, like you said, it was just in your head and your perspective changed, and therefore everything else seemed to change around you.
Yeah. But
really it was just like the perspective got switched. And so even stuff that's currently going on in the world. Like, dude, I saw a video the other day of a girl getting pulled out of some rubble in Gaza, and I don't follow those types of accounts right now. It's just someone that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
Posted that on the story, and I saw it, and dude, something just like hit me, and I was by myself, and I just started crying because I've just seeing shit like that was just. It's so dude, crazy. It's so traumatizing. Like, it's so fucked up what's going on. Anyways, seeing shit like that, or like even like the stuff that's going on in the world right now, makes you feel like when you zoom out and look at like the perspective of how lucky we are just to like be in this country right now.
Yeah,
like we're out here, you know, basically on vacation. Like we have no idea. Like for me and you, Andy passing away is like the worst thing that's ever happened to us in our lives. And like I'm not discounting Andy's death or like what we've gone through and stuff.
No,
but like, dude, on the scale of like difficulties in life, like we just I don't even understand how hard life can get. Like I just don't. Yeah. Because it's just like I can't even so that for me, that perspective kind of is helpful to like zoom out once in a while and be like, dude, yeah, you have problems, but like, do you actually have problems? Like,
yeah, it's all, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter the way you go, like, oh, this person has more trauma than that person. And it's just, it affects you the same way. Some people, it's like somebody's big trauma might to me be like absolutely nothing, but to them, it can fuck up their entire life just as bad as whatever would fuck up my entire life. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it's just
me,
like there's big traumas and like little traumas. It's like it depends on what, you know, it's just, it depends on how your brain reacts to that situation.
Or
so,
I think it also just depends on what you've been through.
You can't really compare.
It's like every time, that's not what I'm doing.
No,
I'm not saying I'm comparing. I'm just saying,
when you zoom out and
when you zoom out and you see the massive differences, that helps me to feel not play this fucking bullshit little victim game and feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah, I'm fucking yelling in my car because a rock hit my windshield.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
because like
exactly.
there are little dumb bullshit things like that happen where I'll literally go into victim mentality for a second, start feeling sorry for myself, and then I'm like, dude. And then you fucking see a video like that on Instagram, and you're like, dude, you're a fucking pussy. Like, shut up. You're fine.
Yeah,
and that's all I was saying. I wasn't saying comparing it because it's like, you know, like you're saying, someone's tiny little trauma that happened to them when they were fucking 12, getting made fun of on a basketball court, it's at school, literally can affect you into your fucking 40s.
It could affect that person the same way that like a person that was witnessed some horrible fucking murder or something. Like for some reason your brains can just be the same thing, where obviously if some kid that got made fun of on a basketball court, to me, if I got made fun of on a basketball court as a kid, which I didn't, I might have, it like doesn't bother me at all. You know, it's like nothing, you don't even think about it. And so it's all about these like weird ways that your brain attaches to all these small things. And then a lot of times you don't even realize it, and then you're like, why am I so fucked up and weird? And it's just all these little these little teas, little traumas that you kind of don't notice.
Because and then like, and that's another thing too, is I feel like for me, like if I don't look at those tiny little or big, you know, the traumas in my life that have caused me pain, if I don't like look at those and like try and really dissect them and see like, all right, what's going on here? Like, why do you actually feel this way about this?
Yeah.
If you don't go in there and look at that shit, you can't change it. Because if you don't think there's a problem, you can't like dissect it and try to figure out how to.
If you don't admit,
use it to change, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the same thing like for mental health that I view like, you know, real like drug addicts and stuff. It's like you can make them go to a treatment center and make them learn the things that they supposedly need to learn. But if it's like, if you don't even want to acknowledge that you are fucked up in your head and you have problems and, you know, traits that need to be worked on, you know, if you don't want to admit that, nothing's going to ever happen. You can go in there and you're going to be like, this lady's wrong. And, you know, so, and it's that's because some therapists do suck, you know, and,
I know.
or
I've been to bad therapists before.
Yeah, me too. It's awful.
Yeah,
and it's like, good. It's not necessarily that they suck, but it might just be for me, like that person is Some of them are fucking crazy too.
Bro, I can't even tell you, especially now with like, you know, these companies like BetterHelp that are like massively promoted on like, you know, different podcasts. I don't know anything about BetterHelp because I've never used them, but I can only imagine how many fucking people that shouldn't be therapists are therapists and leading people into the wrong direction, because that is not an easy job. You're helping someone with like the most difficult thing ever that none of us actually know how to do, which is navigate life.
Dude,
so
it would suck to be a fucking therapist.
Bro.
You just sit there and you listen to everybody just complain all day, and you're just like, yeah, well,
and most,
have you tried not thinking about that? And you're like, this person fucking sucks,
dude.
You have to like try to not judge them, but that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Okay. Yeah. Well. This sounds like. Damn, that's depressing. Like after they say something to you, you're like, holy shit. Yeah, I bet you feel pretty bad about that.
Yeah.
It would be hard.
You guys are about an hour right now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was going to
Cool.
ask.
Well, why
should
don't
we let's wrap it up.
let's wrap this one up. That was a good one. We covered a lot of random shit. Go listen to the new song "Good Time," man. It's out now on Spotify, featuring Jared and Duddy from Dirty Heads.
Thank you so much for the feedback. Has been fucking crazy on the new song, and so it's been exciting. And we love y'all.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.